All right, we give thanks for this moment in time, for this beautiful Sunday, the day for introspection, for us to turn our attention to our living sun within ourselves, making sure that we are allowing ourselves to shine bright. May there be a word said today that encourages our soul, that stirs up our soul, that strengthens us, that empowers us, that cleanses us if needed. And we give thanks in advance for that word and for this time. Ashe, 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 oh, amen. Amen, 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 amen. All right. All right, y'all. So happy new day. Happy new day. I have been thinking about a word for the last few days. And when I say a word, I mean some introspection around a topic, but literally a word, and that is detachment. Detachment. That is detachment. And I was thinking about how we get so hurt in life. You know, people hurt us, things hurt us, we are hurt. And so we fall into these victimhood spaces. And so we become these victims and we feel like they're justified. Like, I am a victim though, because this person did this or this happened to me with this. And so I don't think we intend on becoming a victim, but we fall into that victimhood space. Anybody can relate? Or am I talking to or am I just am I just talking? You know, anybody can relate. So we fall into this victimhood, you know. Uh, um, Even if you feel like, man, you know, I'm stuck at this job, or I'm stuck in this relationship, or you know, my friends don't treat me like they should. My mate don't treat me like I should. My children don't, you know, respect me, and we become victims. But a lot of that victimhood, if not all, is created through attachment. So I think it's necessary for us to continuously visit that topic, attachment and detachment. Okay. And that word gets a little scary for many people. Detach. Oh Lord, here Queen go. She talking about detach. How am I gonna live this world if I'm detached? And then we even get pushback from a lot of friends and family, right? At times where we feel like, you just seem so detached. You know, many have heard that. You seem so detached. You just, you know, I can't deal with a relationship. You're not emotionally supportive enough. You're not, you know, you're not giving me enough support. And, you know, so it's understandable because this world somewhat, because of the conditioning and how we understand life as is and how we approach life, we are conditioned to be attached. And if we approach our own lives in a detached way, then people can feel disrespected. People can start feeling like you don't love them anymore. And people can feel like and definitely depending on how it manifests in whatever phase you in. Because some phases, you gotta 100% detach and not even be concerned, you know. I say in all stages, let's get like that. But I'm just saying some stages where it's like you got to disappear and you have to be radical about it. While other stages, you can, you know, you can kind of, you know, ride the wave a little bit. You can, I don't want to say straddle the fence, like, but you can kind of like be accommodating. While in other phases, it's time for no accommodations because you have to radically be selfful. You have to radically be selfful. So let's talk about attachment and detachment. That's what I wanted to kind of reason about this morning. So you know, I never want to come off like, look, y'all, throw away this life. Throw away your children, throw away the husband, throw everybody away. I don't never want to come off like that. Okay. And I pray that I never sound like that. Even though, and if I do, if it does sound like that, I'm gonna tell you now that's not what I'm saying. Okay. I'm saying we have to think about it differently. We have to think about our relationships with people and our circumstances and our responsibilities. We have to think about our relationships differently. Okay, how we relate to things. We have to think about that differently. And that is where the detachment happens. It's not in throwing anyone away or throwing the whole life away. It's not that. So the Most High put us in our life, put us in positions and in situations and circumstances, all for a reason. Nothing is by chance. It all matches up with our journey. It's all things that we can handle, we have the capacity to do, and it's meant for us. It's a part of our purpose. Even the things that you feel like were mistakes and all of this kind of extra stuff, all of it is purposeful, whether we see it or not. That's hands down. So let's set some ground rule truths. Everything is on purpose, period. So that's one truth that can support your journey in detachment. All is on purpose. So we give thanks for everything in our lives, the people, the circumstances, the situations, the responsibilities, all of that. We give thanks. We give thanks. Here's another truth to add to that. We are to be observers of life and not absorb life. Attachment begins to happen when you start to absorb life. In the Bible, it says something like, man ought to always watch and pray. That is an indication that we are to kind of have a step back role, be watchful, because as you're watchful and prayerful, meaning you're watching and you're speaking the word, you're using your word as ones, you're being affirmative, you're affirming the things in association with the situation. And so you are watchful and you're prayerful. You're using your tools as co-creator, which are your prayers, your meditations, your affirmations, your words. You're using that as you're watching and observing life. But see, what we mess up at is as we are observing, we start taking stuff personally. We start saying, oh, wait, why are they doing that to me? Or why is that happening to me? Instead of saying, wonder why this is happening. That's when that attachment starts to happen. It happens like taking things personally. Now, everybody relax, calm down, stay with me, because fear can start creeping in when I'm having this kind of conversation, because it's like, oh, Queen, so you're just saying just take anything, just be out here just taking it. Get your smudge, your sage, you just praying and meditating with your gemstone, and people just out here just slapping you around. No, that's not what I'm saying. So calm down. I'm saying as spiritual beings, having a very human experience, but being spiritual and wanting to have a spiritual experience, we are divinely guided, discernment, intuition, red flags, okay, what we want to call it, divinely protected and divinely provided for. And so when them red flags come up, that's the Most High showing you something. And that is the time that you are to take the guidance and how you're going to protect yourself. Because that red flag is always there. Am I not right? It's there. It may be difficult to hear and see or accept or trust or whatever, but it's there. And so that's the Most High's way of showing you, like, okay, now, as you observe the situation and what's going on, be watchful. For instance, you're in a situation with a friendship or a relationship. Something happens and it touched that button. It started making you feel fearful or sad or angry or whatever it make you feel, whatever the trigger is. So that's the Most High showing you, hey, this person is in a place that's not necessarily a vibrational match to you. But now you know what happened? But they good, they're a good person. Well, but I mean, and that's good. You can give people grace, but at that moment, accept it for what it is and act accordingly, because God is going to guide you in what to do. And Most High, I can't tell you what the Most High tell you to do. It may say you need to fall back. It may say you want to be careful. It may say, don't take things personally because this person going through something, whatever it is. But at that moment is when we get that guidance. So that fear that you may have in taking a position of observer and not absorber, you can dissolve that fear because God got you. And so you can stand as an observer knowing that you are protected. You okay. You all right. Because the fact of the matter is discernment, intuition, your gut feeling gonna tell you when it's time for you to bow out, step away, don't deal with it. And then you have to listen. All right. So let's keep rolling. We've had some truths, and it's important for us to, as we are navigating life, for us to revisit the truths often. These truths, what I'm calling truths, are things that remain no matter the circumstances, no matter the situation, no matter how you feeling, no matter what's going on. These are truths. And so the truth I just mentioned is that we are always divinely guided, protected, provided for. There are other truths that let you know that, life is for the living, and, you don't have to be absorbing everything, taking everything personally. Another truth that can help you to detach is know that a truth that remains the same is life is always expanding. It's always shifting. It's always changing. It's always growing. It's always evolving. That's the nature of life. And so you want to be detached. You want to not hang on, hold on, create chains on anything in your life, because things can change in a moment. In a moment. That is a truth that remains the same. Nature shows you this. Your life shows you this. Something you was praying for maybe 5 years ago, it has worked out. It's turned around. Something you was even thinking about last week, it's turned around. It's not the same no more. A conversation that you had that had you all just bound up, that thing has fizzled out, dissolved, came to a clarity, a point of clarification. And so as long as this is something I pray that we can carry with us and can help us console our heart a bit when we get attached and we start allowing life we start perceiving life in a hurtful way. As long as we have breath in our bodies, there's always potential and opportunity for change. For your financial circumstances to change, for your relationships to evolve and change. As long as you breathe, you have that opportunity. Here is where our hang up happened in that reality. We immediately go to, well, what do I do about it? Well, Queen, you got to do something. Faith without works is dead. Okay, I just want to throw out all the thoughts that may go through your head when I say that. I'm not saying don't do. What I'm saying is before you begin to do, make sure you focus on your being. Be before you do. What do I mean by that? Be light. Be at peace. Be calm. Be still. Be easy. Be in a space of divinity before you start to do. Because oftentimes our doing is from a place of fear. Our doing is from a place of lack, desperation, especially when circumstances are not what you want them to be. So I'm just saying, you can go do, because we love to do. We are doers. So I don't want to stop you from being a doer. Give thanks. I'm a doer as well. I'm saying it is important for us to get to a place where we understand that the first order of business is to check on your being. What state of being are you functioning in? Are you in a state of fear? Are you in a state of doubt, lack? Now, I want to tie this into that attachment piece and the relationships. Relationships is big with that attachment piece, okay? Before you start to do in this, handling this relationship, check on your being. What do I mean by that? Let me give an example. You're in a relationship, let me take the children. Okay. You're triggered. You feel away. You feel either disrespected, scared. All of that usually come up in motherhood or fatherhood, because you can't control, you can't see really what's going to happen with your child. You want the best for them. You have a notion of what the best looks like. You have these, even if they subtle, you have these expectations of what is good, what is bad, what is success, what is not, what is the right way to go and what's not. You got all these going on. And here you are trying to parent this whole universe. They got their whole journey. All of that I mentioned are attachments. You haven't allowed yourself to see that person as a whole universe and entity of themselves with their own journey, their own, doesn't matter if they're your child. Well, it's my job to know. No. It is your job to continuously remember that we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. We come with a bloodline. We come with a line of ancestors. We come with a destiny. We come with the blueprint. We all come. It's our job as parents to help facilitate, if anything, facilitate their journey. Look up facilitate. What do facilitators do in the room? I'm from the education field. So, I've been to a lot of conferences. When I go to large conferences, every room has a facilitator. What does that facilitator do? Do they be up in the midst? Oh, shh, be quiet. Shh, you don't need, okay, are you listening? Okay, what do they be doing all that? No, you barely know who the facilitator is. Okay, Paige, well, when I come in the room, I'm not here to govern the conversation. I'm here to manage a little bit, facilitate the conversation, but I'm not here to take over the conversation, to say what's right and wrong or anything. I am here to facilitate the conversation, the flow of the room, so that certain goals can be met during this time. As a parent, that's what we're here to do with our children, facilitate their journey so that certain goals can be met. And let us remember what the righteous goals are. And that is, one, for them to understand that they are spiritual beings having a human experience. That's one goal that you need to focus on being met. The other one is that I have a goal that they have room to grow and expand in a safe space. Those type of goals, not professional goals and this goal and that and get A's. And okay, I'm not saying throw it away, but I'm saying that's not the ultimate goal. Because if you focus on the true goals, then all of the other stuff will happen naturally. They'll grow into responsible individuals. If they understand in an early age what they are, the importance of their being, how they can evolve into their own being. They have a safe space to do so. They have a place to reason and talk it out and do all those different things. That is parents' journey. Now, I don't want to go down all relationships because a relationship is a big piece with that attachment, but it's very similar in all relationships. You are not there to become absorbed in that person's journey. You all came together because you are a vibrational match in one way or the other. And so as you all match up and relate, your goal still remains the same. You focus on your journey, continue focusing on evolving, growing, seeing God, and experiencing joy. And if y'all can do that together, amazing. And if something is happening in a relationship where it's getting in the way of that vibration, you govern yourself accordingly and leave them folks alone. Let them live their life and do what they do. But you don't know, Queen. They disrespectful. Now, okay, well, leave them alone. Let them be disrespectful and have their happy little disrespectful life. And you go on about your journey. They're not keeping you captive. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. You stay around for your own reasons. You have to come to grips with what reason are you staying around? What reason are you still dealing with the circumstance, situation, person, or thing, whatever? And work on you. Don't be attached to that thing. Don't be attached to that person. Don't be attached to that circumstance. Detach from that and work within yourself with that situation. That is what detachment looks like. Where I'm not attaching and holding on to people, things, circumstances, situations as a victim. I am freeing myself from that, acknowledging how I feel, sitting with how I feel, and then working within myself to dissolve that feeling or come to balance, learn the lesson, whatever is meant to be in that situation. But I'm not going to attach to life like that, because I'm going to tell you what attachment does. It creates spiritual, emotional, and physical dis-ease. That's what attachment does. But when you detach and you say, okay, I'm none of these things. I'm not my circumstances. I'm not my situation. I'm not my relationships. I'm not any of these things. Remember, focusing on your being. I'm not any of these things. These things are just circumstances, situation, people's things, and all of these type of things. They're not eternal. The only thing that is eternal is my being. So in this moment, I'm feeling out of sorts, so to say. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling fearful. I'm feeling whatever it may be you feel. And then you allow those feelings to become messengers. Let them be messengers to you. And if it's not coming clear to you immediately, then seek the answer. And we seek that answer by what? How do we seek those answers? We seek those answers by writing them down in a journal, doing devotional time, acknowledging that I have this question. I really would like to know why I keep attracting the same type of circumstance, situations, and people. I'm not clear. What I do know is that I'm not happy about it. I desire to be happy. And that's what all you got to do is just acknowledge it. Once you speak it, whether you're saying it out loud in your quote unquote prayers or you're journaling it, if you're just saying it out loud, divine intelligence is all around you and within you. That divine intelligence it's already at work to reveal it to you. And so it'll reveal it to you through your thoughts. It may reveal it to you through your conversations, even situations you go through. You may go, wow, okay, now I understand. Anybody ever experienced that? And things become revealed to you through life. You don't have to sit and ponder. You don't have to keep racking your head about it. But acknowledge that is something that you desire to gain understanding about. And don't block that revelation by focusing on the vessel that brought you that circumstance, that triggered that emotion or feeling that became that messenger. Ashe. And so we give thanks So it puts you in a position where you're not so attached to life. You're literally just observing it. You're like, okay, I'm seeing what's going on. And you just have to try not to take it personally. Now listen, y'all. This is a conversation it's a deep conversation. And it's something that we have to keep having and have to ponder, and you have to kind of sit with, because we take life personally. We take life personally. And it's a human nature. And so I can tell you what can make it a little easier is doing things like this, reasoning about it, thinking on it, you know, having higher minded conversations about things, remembering truth about the reality of your divinity, remembering what being a divine being truly means. Now, I always say one question I have to ask, and I say I have to remember. I said I'm gonna start asking it at the very beginning of all my sessions. Do you know what God is? Do you know what it means to be a divine being? Do you believe that? Is that something you accept? Okay, now let's have a conversation, because that's what we're having right now. We're having a conversation founded on truth. Not, ego is a part of this life, and we give thanks for our ego because it plays its role. But we're having a conversation founded on divine truth. So that's the foundation of this conversation. So as I talk, I can't be sympathetic with your attachment to taking things personally. I can't be sympathetic to your attachment with trauma. I can't be sympathetic. I can be empathetic, two different things. I empathize, I understand. But I'm telling you through my experience, through experience myself, when it got to a point where I was able to even remotely not take things personally, it opened up my life in so many different ways. It healed so much that I was holding on to so quickly, because I was able to get what Tierra is calling those downloads. I was able to get revelations. And so it helped me to extend mercy on situations and circumstances. Now, mercy don't look like, okay, I'm gonna extend mercy, so now I'm gonna go get back in that fire. Come on now, no. But what it means is I'm not mad at that fire no more. I don't look at fire and go, I hate fire. I ain't gonna never want to deal with fire no more. Like we sometimes look at relationship. Oh, I ain't dealing with relationship. I don't do that love thing. It helps. That mercy looks like the lightening of the heart about certain things. And that's what, when we don't take life so personally, it helps us to extend that mercy on our journey. So we're merciful to our journey. We're gentle with our journey. We're not so harsh towards our journey. Is the word clear? Is the word clear? So we started this out talking about victimhood, attachment, and how we can move from a place of victimhood when we practice detaching. And another word for detachment, don't take it so personally. Another way to say it, I'm gonna be a little harsh, get over yourself. Okay, all right. I say it with love, get over yourself. It's you don't, I'm gonna say a little harsh, but Abraham Hicks, when she about to say something harsh, she go, we love you so much. But you don't matter like that. It's not like the journey it's much bigger than you like that. And so if you could expand your heart, you could kind of fall into this bigness that will not have you so attached to small things. And it gets you caught up in these small things that makes you small. So you have to expand your mind, your heart, open up, release, let go, be merciful, be graceful, be gentle with yourself, be gentle with others, be graceful with others. Don't get mad so quickly. Don't feel like you've lost something so fast. Hold your faith. Like all of those different things help you to expand. So when I say detach, I mean, lighten up. I mean, let go. I mean, don't take things so personally. I mean, acknowledge or allow yourself to accept that life is just much bigger than you, than your circumstance, and your sister. It really is. There's a thing called destiny, and it's real. It's real. And it's bigger than the circumstance you're going through and the situation you're going. It's so much bigger, bigger. And I want you to stop trying to even visualize that destiny so much, unless it's enjoyable and you go, "Ooh, yeah, I can see that. Ooh." But a lot of time we sitting there bracking out, well, what is it gonna be? Well, how is it gonna look? No, that's not how you visualize. Wrong idea about visualization. It should be enjoyable. And it's not, and don't attach to the vision. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Don't attach to the people who you love that come in your life. Enjoy them. Just enjoy them. Love on them. Have fun with them. Don't attach. Why? I wonder why they don't call me no more. Pray for them and keep moving. Well, I pray all is well and keep it going. Call them a couple times. They don't answer. It's okay. No, what we do, we take it personally. Well, I wonder if I did something wrong. Get over yourself. Heal them insecurities so you can give people room to be who they are without you taking offense. And if it is the case that you feel that way strongly, then there must be something there that may need to be healed anyway. But be easy about life. All of these things that we attach to is having our hearts so heavy. We're so strong, high strung. Okay, who am I talking to now? I'm about to get off the my person in person here waving her hand. She waved it, I'm gonna get off the soapbox in a second, but I desire for the word to be clear on this victimhood and attachment. Let me go back up and look at the comments, y'all. I be channeling, so I don't be ignoring y'all, but I don't fully read it. She said, I lit one. Nope, you all right. And I can relate fully. I lit one black and white, I lit one black and one white candle yesterday, symbolic of balance. I wanted to be out of that space of feeling down because of the victim perspective. I was falling into Ashe. Laura says, everything is on purpose, like everything happens for a reason. I would like to believe that, but it's challenging for me to be honest. Of course. I don't never want to put it out there that it ain't challenging. I don't never want to put it out there that it ain't challenging. Let me tell y'all something. I went through something in 2020 that had me hiking in the rain, sleet, and snow. I said, God, you're going to take this anger out of my heart. I'm not going to walk around with this anger. I don't want to walk around with it. You're going to take this anger out of my heart. I cried. I know them people at that park thought I was, especially the ones who hiked every day around the same time. It was like, she going through it. I was going through it. But what I wasn't going to do is leave that water with that anger in my heart. I wasn't going to do it, because the first thing you got to do is believe in the truth that you believe in. It just has to be your truth. So one of my truths is everything happened for a reason. God don't put me through things to wound me. God put me through things to make me wise. I know, like, this is something I know. And when I say God, of course, I don't mean y'all a person or an entity separate from me. I mean life. Life just don't work like that. Like, it just don't. Like, I look at, and the reason why I know it is because I look at things that are living eternally, like nature. I look at nature. And in nature, things don't happen. Although we take hurricanes personally, earthquakes personally, the death of a lion in the ecosystem personally, all that kind of stuff. It ain't happening to be like what the animal kingdom or the nature channel will make it seem. the ground is angry and it's gonna wipe out. Nah, that's the man perspective on things. All of these things are happening because of this eternal flow of life that is always evolving and stretching and growing and all of this kind of stuff that's way bigger than us that we can't even really conceive in our short, very short physical lived experience in this grand scheme of things. And so what that translates to me is on this journey that I can't possibly conceive or perceive, I just can't. Everything pans out for a reason, even if I don't see it. And I know this because there have been many situations in my life from the age that I can remember that even up into my late 30s, I'm now 40, there are things that are calibrating in my understanding from like age 13, 14. And I'm just like, oh, wow, I would have just never thought that I didn't necessarily like, that I didn't understand. For instance, relationships with family, that circumstances that created anger and like resentment. And although I tolerated and, like, well, it is what it is because I have good character. I have good character. So I'm not going to be treating them bad and all that kind of stuff. There's still a little anger there. There was still anger there. And in certain phases of my life of spiritual growth, it calibrated where I'm able to lighten my heart on, understand it. And the lessons, let me be clear, this is a great expression that you express. So thank you for expressing it because it's bringing out things that I'd like to make clear. When I say there's a lesson in everything, it don't necessarily mean it's going to teach you something. It just brings clarity about things. And it ain't going to necessarily like teach you something that's going to like, well, it's teaching you that you need to do this. No, it's just like helping you to be clearer. Even sometimes it's just helping you to be lighter. It's just lightening your heart about something. Like, oh, well, wow. Yeah, well, that makes sense. And that's really clarity. That's what we call spiritual clarity. Some people call that quickening. It creates a quickening. That's what I mean by lessons. Sometimes the lesson is learn that lesson, won't do that again. Sometimes the lesson is associated with the doing, but oftentimes it's just clarity. It's just like, and you start to understand life. So, you hear, let's take the hurricane, for instance, because it's a part of nature that if some would just totally not have happened, they would probably just stop having, like, why do we have to have these things? Or mosquitoes. I still can't, I don't know how to reason on mosquitoes. I still haven't really quite figured out what a mosquito's here for, but I don't know. I'm gonna just trust that there's a reason and one day it'll come about. But I'm sure they have a purpose in the ecosystem. I just may not know. But if you learn about how nature works and the weather and why hurricanes or tornadoes or different things happen in the grand scheme of things, like people who study the weather, what is that? Meteorology, I guess that's in that field. They don't take hurricanes personally. They're like, it was like 2 + 2 is 4. It's like when you look up at the sky and you see these big fluffy, at some point, those clouds are gonna let go of that rain. So what you gonna do? Be mad? Man, it's always raining. I don't wonder why we gotta have rain. No, like it's a part of life. It's not gonna always be, we not gonna always like it. It just is what it is. And that rain may be a blessing for somebody. They may be like, oh my God. They may name their whole tribe after that hurricane because it was a blessing or something. While others are like, man, mourning it, So it's just this thing called life. So we just have to, like, our connection with spirit and our connection with God and our steadfastness in that belief, which goes with that trust, helps us to get through the tough and challenging times when we can't wrap our mind around it and our heart is heavy. It helps us to get through that by leaning on trust and leaning on truth. And as we lean on it and we affirm and we keep ourselves uplifted and we wash our hearts out often, we like wring our hearts out often through meditation, through heartical hugs, through grounding in the ground, through relaxation, through hugging trees, through, come on now, y'all, let me tell y'all something. It's a reason why I sell gemstones and smudge bundles and incense and all this kind of stuff. It started with me using every single one of them things. I had to, like, you're gonna have to give me something. Cause I hear you and I understand this thing, but I'm mad and I'm sad and I'm scared and I'm, and I procrastinate and I got all of these human things. And so I started learning about things that have helped me on my journey, the gemstones, the incense, the aromatherapy, the massage, the Reiki, the this, the that, all of these beautiful things that we have. So I say to you, and I'll close this out, and thank you so much for your expression, because it did allow me to reason about certain things that's a part of it. Like I said, this is a big kind of robust conversation that can be talked about a lot. That's why there's a billion books on detachment, and people have created whole careers on talking about detachment, and religions, I suppose. I think Buddhism is the epitome and Hinduism is the epitome of how do we detach, but let me say this. In those times where you feel that heaviness and that, don't run from it. Just use your tools. Use your tools. This necklace right here, Bumblebee Jasper. This necklace was purchased. This is a talisman. I consider this a talisman. I use it as a talisman. This gemstone is Bumblebee Jasper. And in a time of my life where I was working on trust, and I didn't know I needed to work on trust, but in my life, Spirit has led me into these kind of self-imposed initiation periods where I fast and I pray, and these are not self like ego self, but like inner higher self-imposed, basically. And so during that period, it was a 40-day, 40-night type of vibe. Trust came up. You don't trust. Your trust is not strong enough. You got to trust. Your lack of trust is causing dis-ease. Not only physical dis-ease, I was dealing with physical ailments, dis-ease. Either way, it's dis-ease. You're not easy. You're not feeling ease. Emotional dis-ease and lack of clarity. That trust, the lack of trust was the foundation of all of those things. And it came clear to me like midway in that 40 days. And it hit me. I was like, oh, wow. So you believe, but you don't really trust. You believe it. You believe it. So what you saying, what you talking about, you believe it, but you don't trust it though. Because you still sleepless at night. You still irritated. You still mad. You tolerate it. You ain't saying nothing. You being gentle. You being kind. You got the honey. You putting the honey on your tongue. You're being nicer, but it's still there because you don't trust. And that trust, that lack of trust, impacted the trust that everything is in order, the trust that everything is working out, the trust that the sadness, the anger, the fear will dissolve, the trust that you're protected so you can let go, you can release because you're good. You don't have to stand up for yourself like you feel like you do. You don't have to, fight the good fight. You ain't got to do all of that. Like, I got this. You don't have to, like, all of these rules of life don't necessarily apply to you. I got you. If I said you're going to be this, you're going to have that, that's what it is. So relax and let me show you what to do. Let me show you how to be. Let me show you where to go. Let me tell you who to call. So that trust, I said, oh, wow. And on that day I had pulled a card from my gemstone oracle card deck. I was using that deck during that 40-day, 40-night. I tend to use 1 or 2 decks only during those type of periods that I'm led to do. And this card came up and I read it and it resonated. It's like you ever read something and you do a deep Baptist church. That's how I felt. It was like, Lord, I knew it. I said, wow, I'm buying this. I immediately got my phone up and said, let me find a necklace that I can wear. Put that on my chest. That trust. That's how I started. But I share that because it is what it is. We believe and we know these things to be true, but we are what we are. We are where we are. So being where you are, get your tools, get your support, tune in to stuff like this, feed your soul, listen to stuff that is inspiring to you. Read stuff that's inspired to you, that's going to feed you, that's going to help you. Because when you do that, it's going to keep wringing that heart out and washing it and purifying and purifying and purifying and giving space and room and expanding you so that you can hear, so that you can understand, so that you can get clear, so that you can lighten the heart. Understood? Is that understood? Give thanks. Is the word clear for this morning? It's clear. Okay, give thanks. It's clear. All right. Give thanks. May we continue to detach so that our heart can be free. Ashe. May we continue to detach so our heart can be free. Ashe. Give thanks, sister. May we continue to let go. May we continue to understand. May we continue to get revelations and downloads. May we continue to be courageous enough to detach. Be courageous enough to let the anger go. Sometimes we scared. If I let the anger go, it's going to happen to me again. Or I'm not going to get back what I lost. Or no, sis. No, brother. Let the anger go so you can, quote unquote, get back what you lost. Because we never lose anything. Let go so you can heal. Let go. I don't know where we pick that up at. That if we got to hold on to anger, sadness, fear, and trauma so that we can, I don't know. I don't know why we hang on to it. Well, I do have idea, but let it go. Because how is that working out for you? I know it's not. I know it's not lightening your heart. And even when you feel like, oh, look, see, God don't like ugly. God don't play about me. I hear people saying that all the time. God don't play about me because the one thing about it, you fool with me, you gonna get You still angry. You still angry, huh? You still angry. Because the feeling, if you weren't angry, would be, look, God have mercy. Have mercy. You're gonna wish for your brother, your sister, no matter what they've done for you, for them to experience grace and mercy because you've experienced stuff in your life that has been because of a cause. You have experienced an effect because of a cause that you know that you put out there. And God extended mercy, or you experienced mercy, or wanted more mercy. And so when you let that anger go, you can want for your brother and sister that mercy, that grace. I feel you. Because I know what you've been putting out there, so I understand, but may God be merciful on you. I pray mercy. Ashe, give thanks. So let us not want vengeance. It's like energy is energy. It's gonna flow how it flow. And so let's just always pray for grace and mercy for ourselves and for our brothers and sisters, because we all doing the best that we can. We really are. Whether you think we are or not, we are. We all doing the best we can. We really are. All right, so we're gonna move into some meditation before I close out. Y'all want some meditation this morning? I know the word been long and strong this morning. But I'm still here for some meditation. That's one thing about it. I'm still here for some meditation. So if you want to get into some meditation, hang tight. I'm also going to, I forgot to put it at the beginning, but I'm going to go ahead and put the love offering, what you can use to give your love offering if you desire. Here, so that when we finish our meditations, we can just go ahead and close. So I put that in the chat room. But the focus for this meditation is detachment. We're going to detach. We're going to detach from all feelings of all chains. We're going to visualize loosing all the chains. We're going to allow the heaviness, any heaviness that's on our hearts, we're going to allow those to release during this meditation. That's going to be our goal for this meditation, for us to be able to let go, release all attachment to any resentment, any even expectations and promises and what they were supposed to do for me and what I supposed to do for whatever. That we're just gonna let it all go and just trust. As we let go, we're gonna trust that God got us. God got us. We good, you know. We don't have to expect nothing from nobody. And I know that sounds rough sometimes, and it's like, well, dog, what are we here for? It's like, but I'm just saying, we're here to bless each other, but we don't have to expect or demand nothing from nobody. Okay? Because God got us. So if people bless us, they bless us. If they don't, they don't. It is what it is, because we're blessed and highly favored. So we can let go of the expectations, what we want from folks. Be empty. Detach. Let go. Allow God to fill you up. Allow life. God is life. God is love. God is grace. God is joy. God is peace. Allow that to fill you up so that you can be a vibrational match to that abundance you're seeking, that love you're seeking, that confidence you're seeking. You will get all of it once you open up, empty yourself so that you can be filled with peace, grace, understanding, love, joy. Okay, so that's going to be our purpose in our meditation this morning. One of those PayPal me links, I put it's an error in that. So just use the second one, by the way, if you're using that one. Give thanks for those who are extending your gratitude through your gifts. May it come back to you tenfold. You don't have to see me, but you do need to hear me. So let's move into the meditation by getting comfortable. Beginning to relax the body by engaging the breath. Finding yourself in a place of stillness. Again, allowing yourself to relax. Taking deep breaths in through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. Relax. Just taking a moment to settle into the meditation space. You may lay down or you can sit up. But allow yourself to relax. Using the breath, expand the heart when you inhale and allow the body to relax when you exhale. Totally relax. As you inhale, breathe deeply in through the nose. Hold it. Hold it. And exhale through the mouth. Again, just taking a moment to relax. In order for us to detach and connect with our divinity, we must first Relax. Allow yourself to let go of the day. Let go of the moment. And just be with the breath and the body. Giving yourself a moment to be thoughtless. And just focusing your full attention on relaxing the body, slowing the breath all the way down, and relax. Allow your heart to become light. Allow your body to become light. As we live this very robust life, we often feel like we are living in the body. Let that feeling become light. When we attach to life, it becomes heavier and heavier. Especially when we take on the full responsibility of handling the life. Let us in this moment consider that we are not here as full 100% creators of our life. We are co-creators. And the beautiful thing is that our co-creator is infinite, it's eternal, it's abundant, it's merciful, graceful, loving, all-knowing, limitless, and expansive. It does not know failure, only completion. It is divinely intelligent. So intelligent that it manifests as so many creations in the world. And when we look closely, all of those creations are a reflection of it. And so, as we consider this reality of the vastness of our co-creator, may we allow ourselves to rest, trust, be lighter about life, detach and allow, surrender and allow it to guide us, allow it to comfort us, to heal us. And as it guides us and reveals to us, may we trust it. And as we trust, May we surrender. As you continue to breathe deeply in through the nose, allow yourself to breathe out all doubt. Exhale the fear. Release the sadness and any imbalanced emotion carried because of your lack of faith. Let it go. Recapture your faith. Allow your heart to be strengthened. As we remember, let us be joyous, grateful. The heaviness only come when we forget how mighty, how powerful, how gentle and graceful that which we call God. Some call our Father. Some call our Mother, our Creator, Source. Some just call it grace. The heaviness only come when we forget. Let us remember. In this moment and as we journey on, let us remember and allow ourselves to detach from life. Allow life. Life is God. Allow life, allow God to expand through us, to show itself through us, to live and manifest and create through us. Without the need to hang on and worry and doubt and fear. Surrender. Be poised. Be happy. Be at peace. Be gentle. Be in love with life. Divine love, accepting and allowing it to be as it is, appreciating it, being grateful for it. As you continue to breathe, and as we close, continue to slow the breath all the way down and settle into the body. Settle into your life. Settle into your peace and open up for your joy. And in this moment, just be grateful. Give thanks for life. Give thanks for everyday opportunities. Give thanks for the divine activity that's happening within your being and all around you. Even if you don't know it, you can't see it. Give thanks for that divine calibration that's always at work. Literally say within yourself or out loud, thank you for divine calibration. Thank you for the golden links. Thank you for the divine grace at work right now on the behalf of all of my circumstances and situations. Thank you for the flow of life. Thank you for all the pay clerks working on my behalf. Thank you for all of the connections being made right now. Thank you for all the healing that's happening in my body at this moment. Thank you for everything that's coming to a close, coming to a completion. Thank you. Thank you for the joy that's welling up in my heart. Thank you. Thank you. That you that we thank is the indwelling spirit residing in us. It's the I. It's the you. It's always with us. It's always guiding us. It's always calibrating in your favor. Because in your favor is in its favor. Ashe, give thanks. So fear not and give thanks and be easy about life. Be at peace. Allow joy. Smile more. Be quiet more. Relax your shoulders more. Breathe deeply more. Love so much more. Ashe. Let's take 3 last deep breaths in through the nose. Hold those breaths for a few seconds, whatever's comfortable for you, and release them. Let's do 3 of those. Once you have completed those 3 breaths, you allow yourself to come back to the present moment, maybe by wiggling your fingers, toes, giving yourself a little stretch, taking your time. I'm going to close meditation with Ashe, Amen, Amen, Namaste. Come with the closing word from Baba Muji's White Fire, and then we'll close for the day. Good job, Avery. She did good. Ashe, give thanks, give thanks. Give thanks for the beautiful meditation channel for today. I look forward to revisiting it this week. I pray that you all utilize these meditations when you need them during the week. They're posted on the YouTube channel. Also, if you're a Learn member, they're posted in your folder. If you're not a Learn member, I do encourage you to become one because you're missing out on some real good goodies for members. All right, give thanks, give thanks. All right, let's see what word we can get from our Baba Muji today. All right. Okay. All right. I see the word is good and strong today. Go ahead and get a confirmative word from Muji's book, White Fire. As we close for the day, this book is entitled White Fire by Muji. You can find this online. But for those who have the book and interested in knowing where it comes from, what this passage is, it's page 109, passage number 224. Page 109, passage number 224. It reads, "What is most beautiful is when a human is being undone as an ego. When the belief in a personal self is merging with its own source, the universal being. When the tribal is absorbed in the universal, the human being has moved from person to pure presence and is in harmony with the whole. This is the real yoga. Every person belongs to some tribe, a tribe shaped by personal identity and conditioning. But the universal mind transcends the tribal mind. On the surface, such a one may appear to belong to some tribe, but internally, they are the self supreme. Ashe. I'll read it one more time. What is most beautiful, Tia, we can't make it up, huh? We can't make it up. She put detachment in all caps. We can't make it up. All right, let me read it one more time. What is most beautiful is when a human is being undone as an ego. When the belief in a personal self is merging with its own source, the universal being. When the tribal is absorbed in the universal, the human being has moved from person to pure presence and is in harmony with the whole. This is the real yoga. Every person belongs to some tribe, a tribe shaped by personal identity and conditioning. But the universal mind transcends the tribal mind. On the surface, such a one may appear to belong to some tribe, but it's internally, they are the self supreme. Ashe, we give thanks for the word. We give thanks for the word. You know, that tribal mind is real. I call it the universal mind, the collective consciousness. Transcend the collective consciousness. Transcend the conditioning. Transcend it. Transcend it to attach and merge with the divine mind so that you can be here, you can be in this world, but you don't have to become the world. You don't have to feel like you are the world. You are your circumstances. You are your situations. No, we are eternal because we are one with source. Can you read the second sentence again? It says, what is most beautiful is when a human is being undone as an ego, when the belief in a personal self is merging with its own source, the universal being or the divine or God. God is our own source. The divine is our own source. That grace, divine grace, is our own source of life. Ashe. Give thanks. So we give thanks. What a beautiful word today, y'all. Thank y'all for spending time with me this morning. I pray that you fully enjoyed it. May you beautifully enjoy your week. May it be blissful for you. May you experience something that wows you. May you be able to see God all around you, working through you. May you be able to surrender to the will of the Almighty that's being worked through you. May your will be a servant to the will of the Most High working through you. Ashe. And may your heart be comforted as you continue your journey. When the times get tough, when you feel not so great. May you be able to be comforted by the truth of God through affirmations, through meditation, through prayer. May you be comforted and may you continue to lighten your heart every time it's needed. Ashe. Give thanks, y'all. Give thanks. Enjoy your week.